Welcome to the Immigrant Finance Podcast, a show dedicated to everything money, online business, and immigration, because immigrant families deserve to build generational wealth too. I'm your host, Adina, social entrepreneur, an immigration attorney, and financial educator and coach for immigrant families. I created the Immigrant Finance platform with my husband Mauricio, who immigrated to the US 8 years ago after we struggled through the whole process of trying to figure out finances as an immigrant family alone. We wanted to share what we learned about building wealth with others along the way and created the Immigrant Finance School Group Coaching Program, where we teach immigrants and their families like you how to manage their money, get started investing, and build online businesses in just weeks, all with group accountability and support. Our clients have been able to get started investing and develop lifelong plans to build generational wealth regardless of their immigration status, actually launched an online business they've been dreaming of starting for years, bring in enough income to leave a job with a shitty boss, and book up their calendar for the rest of the month just after announcing their new coaching business. I'm coming to you with a new show several times a week with stories about online business lessons, money and mindset insights, and guest interviews to help you become financially empowered. Each episode will switch between personal finance and online business topics. Now let's get to this week's episode. Okay, hello everyone. Welcome. Let me turn down my volume here so there's not background noise. Sometimes that can be funky. Let's see. Are you hearing that background noise?
Yeah, I hear it from the mobile. Is this sound? I think you should have this kind of this one.
You know what it is? Put down the volume on your phone so you don't have it playing from Instagram. Hey everyone, thanks for joining. We'll get started in just a second.
Do you think is it from me?
Yeah.
Let me check.
Good morning. I hope everyone's having a good start to the day. We're just figuring out our tech. We'll be starting in just a moment. That sounds better, Miriam.
Yeah, but do people see me or? Yeah, it's like this. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see you. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining. We're recording this live, and for the Immigrant Finance Podcast, we have our guest today, Miriam, who's here joining us. Miriam is an immigrant entrepreneur, originally from Afghanistan, based in Sweden. She has an amazing YouTube channel, a lot of inspirational stuff. Is there anything you want to add to introduce yourself?
No, I think you said it's come to sound, but I think it should be fine. Yeah, my name is Mariam Akbari, and I'm a coach, business and life coach, and as you said, like an entrepreneur, and I help immigrants to transform their life and through self-development, and both in education and career, so they will make a better life for themselves.
Great. Thank you so much for being here and taking the time to share with our audience from your experiences. We can get started just sharing a little bit about your connection to immigration, whatever you feel comfortable sharing.
Yeah. So as an immigrant, I have been living in Sweden for the last 8 years. And is the sound is okay?
Yeah, I think just make sure it's the volume's down on your phone.
It is, like I have this one on the
phone.
phone.
Yeah. I think it's okay. Yeah.
Okay. So I have been living in Sweden for the last 8 years, and as an immigrant, of course, but I can say my whole life I have been an immigrant. I was born as an immigrant. I was born in Iran, where my parents moved to another country from Afghanistan because of the war. And even if I was born there, but because of my parents, I was always I was called a refugee. So I didn't have that identity from that country. And then 8 years ago, when I moved to Sweden, then yeah, it was the same. I struggled a lot. I was feeling fearful and lost, and it was a lot of questions. I didn't have any friends, family, and there was a lot of question actually in my mind. um, and why today I'm passionate to help immigrants, it's because I have gone through these struggles and I have experienced it, and I have the knowledge. So I want to help young passionate immigrants to don't go through so much of pain that I have gone, and make a better life, and in a less amount of time. So this is like a short story of mine.
Thank you for sharing that. And that's amazing that you want to help other people from your personal experience. Those are always the best kind of mission-based businesses, where you're really serving from the heart and trying to help people, avoid pain you went through or minimize it. So, talking about finances a little bit, personal growth, like how has that whole experience you went through and your struggles with migration and all of that affected you?
Uh, you mean the
Like, how has it affected your relationship with money? We can start with.
of course, like I didn't have the mindset I have today. I didn't have it when I moved to a new country, and like financially, I didn't have any idea about like investing, how you can grow financially, especially with these much opportunities in digital world. So I can say that. I didn't have any problem with debt or saving, but uh, I was thinking, how can I make a better life without just working so much hard? Like it shouldn't be like spending a lot of time just to like become better financially. There should be other ways. So this was like always my questions from the beginning.
Yeah, and I know that's a question a lot of immigrants have go through their mind after their experience. Like, why does this have to be so hard? There's got to be a better way. I mean, immigrants come here, wanting having that better life and wanting to take risks and come for opportunities, right? So how did you work through those challenges to get where you are today?
You mean financially or like completely from the whole? I honestly I didn't have like much problem like financially, but as I told you, I wanted to have this mindset that to not settle down as an immigrant, because we are always told to as an immigrant when you should accept that in the job market you should accept the job that you're told to and settle down for less, and not think bigger for a better future. And that was I always struggled. And well, another thing is that I always was struggling about like mindset, because I wanted to, when I came to Sweden, I wanted to find a coach that could help me to like overcome all my fears, to uh, regain my confidence and answer to my questions. And I read a lot of books, and I joined a lot of seminars, and I even had like coach, but they told me like you're unique because your culture is completely different. We can listen to you, but we cannot give you very specific tips, because your culture and the society and the system you came is completely different. And it's better, even they told me, it's better if you can find somewhere that has come from your own culture, and or from at least the same system or society, that can help you how he or she could overcome all these problems and struggles. But I didn't find anyone, and now, like, after 8 years, I am that version of that I overcome all, like, in a hard way. So that's why it's my passion now to help immigrants, that they don't go through those all stuff and pains, and they can, like, it can be a shortcut for them in a less time.
So you became what you needed, what didn't exist.
Yeah, exactly.
And amazing. I mean, that's so incredible to, like, fill that gap that doesn't exist and serve from your own experience. There's, as we all know, listening, such a huge need in the immigrant community for support on these topics. And I just want to commend you. You're so smart to have, like, early in your journey realize you needed that support and to seek out support and look for it, because most people don't do that and they try to figure it out all on their own, right? And then you can lose like 10 years, right?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
this is something, this is part of the building wealth journey, because wealthy people all the time know to invest in themselves. They know to get the support they need because it will just take them farther faster. Was that your experience?
I mean, like, what I experienced as an immigrant and I saw in other immigrants was that the immigrants, that they don't have this mindset that you can grow in any area of your life just if you have the right mindset, because there is already all resources you need. You just need to change and transform your mind. And I can say I also struggled with that. Another thing I have seen is, like, they think either they don't spend at all. They should just save money, very little, and when they are retired, or you never know, then they spend it. Or I have seen another type that they overspend on brands, on so many expensive stuff that they cannot afford it, and at the end they end up with, like, feel of frustration, depression, that why this happiness, fulfillment doesn't come. So this is something I have experienced and I have seen among other immigrants, and especially, like, this mindset of investing on yourself, on your mindset. This is very, like, is a lot needed, not just only in financial, like in financial area, but in any area in life, in relationship, in especially job, career, anything. So that was my experience.
Yeah, I love how you make that connection between, it's not just about the money and the finance. It affects every area of your life. And it makes sense because money is just like a reflection of our lives, right? It's just a symbol of value, exchanging value for whatever it is we decide we want to prioritize. So I had a feeling you were going to draw on that connection. I put the title about how you're going to speak about financial and personal growth. And because I knew you would go there from our last conversation. So what would you advise people who are beginning their mindset journey to understand how important it is to work on the mindset?
Can you repeat your question?
Yeah, of course. What would you recommend or advise to people who are in the very beginning of learning about mindset? Why is it important? What can they do to start working on their mindset?
if I make it simple, I say like an example of myself, like I have been always passionate and ambitious um, to grow in my life, and but I was like struggling. Uh, so it took me a long time actually to for this mindset changing mindset, and I think like instead of thinking that it will be like very risky, you need to think what you get as a result in a long term. Don't see it short term, that you will lose money, or what will happen if you invest or spend on money, for example, on courses or seminars. But think long term, what the result will be, how you can change your mindset, how you can change, transform completely your life. This is one thing I recommend, that be courageous, and yeah, to be courageous and just think long term, and see, is good. Life is all about risk, and you shouldn't always have this fear, because with fear we never know what happens. But if you stay in that fear, in the area of fear, you will never grow. So you should push down and do that, whatever dreams or goals you have, to change your mindset. But if you stay in that area, you will never grow. You will just stand and you will get the same result. That's what is my recommendation. And I think like immigrants are very courageous, and if you see, they have risked their life to move to new country without even knowing any friend, any family, without even knowing the language, and they don't know what they are gonna happen for them, and still they risk to move out to new country for a better life. So why you settle down for less when you have a lot of opportunities ahead of you? So don't think that uh, you should settle down. Don't settle down for the less, and just try to grow, try to invest in yourself, try to change your mindset. And then believe me, the once you change your mindset, the door opens like you cannot even believe it, like it's unbelievable. The door of opportunities will opens, and a lot of resources comes, and your eyes will be open, and you see, here is opportunities, here is opportunities, here is help, here is another resource. So it's
Yeah.
all about mindset, the way we think. That is important.
I completely agree. I mean, I'm always telling the students we work with and people in our community, there's nothing more important than mindset. Like, I can teach you how to invest, I can teach you how to save, budget, but if you don't work on the mindset, it's going to be really hard to move forward.
Yeah.
So thank you for emphasizing that. And what has been your experience like? Why that happens? Why do things open up when you change your mindset? Is it energy? That's how I tend to think about it. The
I
universe,
think
supporting you.
I think it's something like grace. When you start appreciate, and first you appreciate the things you have, and once you start questioning a lot of things, and just when you ask the questions, it's like something, I don't know if it is energy or something, like it's something comes to you, the answer comes to you in different ways. Because when you are in that area of fear, your mind is also is closed. It doesn't look for the answers, and
Right.
you are not ready to see it. Um, but when you open your eyes, when you change your mindset, when you ask the questions, then every day your perspective, your way of thinking will change, and your mind, your brain starts looking for the answers from
Yes.
everywhere, and that is like amazing.
Yeah.
I have recently felt it, and this is really great,
I know
actually.
exactly what you're talking about. It's like when you start asking better questions,
Exactly. Yeah.
our brains are designed to go find the answer. And so
Yeah.
it really
Exactly.
depends what question are you asking your brain. If it's
Yeah.
coming from like a very limited scarcity mindset space, those questions, the answers are going to be limited to that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. But if you have more of an abundant space and you can think about like all of the possibilities available to you, your brain can imagine and go find the answers how to do that. The answer starts showing up.
Yeah. Yeah. And when you're as I say, yeah, maybe it's like grace, but it's like appreciation of everything you have. Then your mind, your brain, also it became like gets just positive energy, and you feel everything that comes to is like positive, positive. All those negative thinking, all those negative people around you, like uh, completely change.
Mhm.
Feel different. But first thing is the mind. First thing is that you need to change that mindset.
Yeah, absolutely. How would you recommend people learn how to do this?
Um just first, I think, like as you said, question. Ask
Yeah.
them if they are happy with the situation they have, or they are happy with their life they have, with the job, with the relationship. If they are either they are in the pain or they want something better, pleasure in life. So if you don't feel fulfillment, so there something needs to be changed. And once you ask yourself that I'm not happy, I'm not fulfilled in this area, I'm not happy in this one. Once you ask it, then you look for the answers. Maybe just with the first searching in Google, and then some books and or something, and then when you ask the right question, then the answers comes to you at the end. You will find the answer.
I love it. I love it. Thank you for sharing that advice. If you had to say, what is the number one thing that you wish you had learned either about finances or mindset or starting an online business, what would you recommend for people?
Yeah, I can again say, like, emphasize on mindset. If I had
Mindset.
exactly, yeah, if I had like 8 years ago, if I had the same mindset that I had today, I would have invest on myself more. I would have taken coach. I would have spent, doesn't matter the money, because
Yeah.
as money doesn't have itself value, but whatever you get, the result. And if I had that money, that mindset that I have today, I wouldn't have struggled. I wouldn't have gone through so much pain that I have gone.
Mm,
So I think mindset is very, very important, and start
yeah.
with just question. Just don't go and do something that the system tells you. Don't do something that every other people do. Just question it. Is that okay? Is it the only way? Is it the right thing? Did I came to this world just to for this? Is it this much? Like, just
Right.
ask a question in any area of life. I think mindset. And financially, I am still like learning. Is a very process. Your whole life you need to learn. And financially, I can say I am better. I'm learning every day through seminars, through taking a coach courses. And financially, I can say I'm still like in the beginning. There is a huge need that everyone needs to know.
Yeah.
But the first thing, just mindset, and
Yeah.
the resources is, yeah, already there. Perfect.
Yeah, I really appreciate what you're emphasizing about like how it doesn't matter what the money is if it's investing in yourself. And that was a really hard lesson for me to learn because I didn't understand that concept when I started my financial journey. And we were struggling when my husband immigrated here. And I actually found someone who was the support, the coach I needed. And I delayed working with her for a year. And I delayed myself for a year, like not only did I miss out on a lot of money I could have made in that year, if I had just gotten started getting the support I needed, but I also delayed my dreams because I was afraid and I didn't understand. I was thinking small. I was thinking about like just how much is it going to cost me now instead of the right question usually is how much is it going to cost me if I don't take this opportunity, if I don't get this support. And so now that I've learned that, I'm constantly doing courses, working with coaches, like everything, because it's so worth it. The money comes back every time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's the best investment in life, and less time. It's great actually, and me too. I can say like still I'm taking courses, seminars, and sometimes I feel like I'm missing out stuff because I want to do at the same time my business and also courses, and then you need to have time to execute them.
Right.
And yeah, that's also. But I can say like when you invest on yourself, you never regret. It's something that you even feel better. You feel fulfilled. That is great, actually.
And it usually comes back in returns times 10.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, thank you for emphasizing the importance of mindset for our community, both for when it comes to finances and mindset itself, personal growth, creating something. I really appreciate it. So where can people find you, follow you, support you?
For now, I'm mostly using my social media, so they can reach me to my Instagram, Facebook, and my YouTube channel, and also I will just when I get the message and I contact them, message them back directly. And I have I have created my course, so anyone interested, they can also message me, and I will give them more information about that if they are interested.
Awesome. What's the course about?
It's about how to regain your confidence and eliminate your self-doubt. So basically the content is about how you can remove or eliminate your limiting beliefs and change your mindset, and how is the power of decision, why is it important in life, and how to define identify those fears and how to overcome them. Is like transforming from fears of being lost and self-doubt to become a confident person, successful person in life.
Amazing. That sounds so important and valuable. So thank you for creating that for the world.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. I'm so glad that we could discuss and talk about it. It's like feels really good.
Yes, let's continue the conversation. I hope it's the first of many, and can't wait to see all the great work you do. Thank you so much, Mariam. Take care.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thanks so much for listening to the Immigrant Finance Show. Make sure to subscribe to the podcast if you haven't done so already, and leave us a review so we can reach more people to help. Also, did you know we started a free Facebook group for immigrant families who want to build generational wealth? We're doing free monthly trainings covering everything from investing to online business. Plus, you will be in there with a network of other inspiring members of our community. Make sure to join us at facebook.com/groups/immigrantfinance, and we'll see you there.